Let's start off our day with a meditation, shall we? If you'll put your feet flat on the floor and the lower part of your back up against the lower part of your chair and just relax. And here's the way this drill works. If you breathe in through your nose or through your mouth and hold that breath for 2, 3, 4 seconds, and then let it go, just relaxing and letting your body just fall into a deep relaxation as it goes out. Just breathing in, holding that breath for just a little, and then just letting your body fall away as it goes out. Gently, so gently. And as you release the breath, allow yourself to go outside of your body. Each time you've released the breath, allow yourself to just slide away. To slide away. To slide away. There's a soft breeze blowing through your life. It's the breath of God. It's the breath of pure grace. And it's carrying you with it as it flows through the branches of the trees in the forest. As that breath, as that breeze, as that river of grace carries you across the golden meadow, carries you through the quaint, tiny villages, along the beaches, and out across the sea, where you can feel the immensity of Holy Spirit around you and in you, as you. And you're at peace. And your body, where you left it sitting in that chair, is safe, is completely well, is completely well. And you are love. And you are joy. And you are peace. And you, O pure, blessed Spirit that you are, have joined with the Spirit of all universes in all time, flowing with love, absolute security. You are so safe now as you drift through this universe, through galaxies, through timeless, spaceless eternity, where you have always lived, where you will always live, as the heart and the spirit and the breath of Holy Spirit the great creative presence that lives within you as you. You are loved. You are blessed. You are safe. You are free. Floating in the pure grace of the one God. In the breath of love. You are safe. You are completely well. You are completely well. You are love. You are joy. You are peace. The peace is in your bones, in your cells, and it is humming a quiet melody in your heart. I'm going to be quiet and just let you float on this soft breeze of grace and know that you are loved and blessed and safe and free. In a little while, Beverly and Linda will begin to bring us back with their beautiful music. That won't happen right now, but when it does, come back bringing with you this self, this beautiful spiritual self that you are.
Change is coming. Can't outrun it. 'Cause there's a time when every field lays fallow. And there's a time when harvest comes from shadows, and only shadows. All I need, all I need, all I need, all I need. I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need. Heart, don't be scared now. Heart, don't be afraid. I know that you're weary, I feel you aching. Heaven, send your help and gather round me. Come quick, gather round me. Come quick, gather round me. All I need, all I need, all I need, all I need. I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need. Heaven, send your help and gather round me. Come quick, gather round me, till I believe, till I believe, till I believe. Help me with my unbelief. All I need, all I need, all I need, all I need. I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need. All I need, all I need, all I need, all I need. I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need. Oh, I may not have everything I want, but I've got all I need.
Note there will be a short Q&A at the end of the talk, and Reverend Bob welcomes you to answer any questions that you put in the chat window. So please put your questions in. Thank you.
What a thrill, what an incredible thrill it is to be able to work in tandem with Beverly Elliott and Linda Kidder, two of two of Canada's most sought after musicians and singers, both with just beautiful heart. And when they come together, something really magic happens. Thanks to both of you. And thank you who are watching today from wherever you are. Here in Canada, it's tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so we're celebrating today. Happy Thanksgiving. And I give thanks today for you in my life and in my family's life. Your love and your acceptance of me has been one of my life's greatest gifts. Today, we're not only going to celebrate Thanksgiving, we're going to discover how our personal gratefulness, our personal giving of thanks, actually forms a highway to greater abundance. If we can truly get the essence of today's message, our lives will change. We'll have even more to be thankful for. Maybe you're already saying, well, I'm already grateful for all the blessings in my life, so Bob must be talking to somebody else. No, I'm talking especially to those of us who are already grateful. I'm showing us how the application of greater abundance can increase abundance in our lives beyond measure. Okay? Step one, the creation of a truly prosperous life requires that we first be aware of how wealth flows into us. Here's the truth. It must be invited, and it must have a comfortable place to live inside of our hearts and inside of our lives. So we have to invite abundance. And we can't invite abundance with a closed door, can we? It's like you knock on somebody's door and they say, come in, and the door's locked. And that's the way a lot of our minds are. We want abundance, but we have this kind of a penurious attitude, this kind of a I'm not worthy attitude, and so we don't allow abundance to come in. And it's true gratitude that places out the welcome mat. Gratitude itself opens the hallways and the doorways to all you want and all you need. In this universe, scientists have found that there are 4 forces that create everything that is. They're the strong force, this is science. The strong force, the weak force, the electromagnetic force, and the gravitational force. We're almost familiar with the force of gravity, and we know how reliable and how powerful that force is. But I'm hoping today that you'll discover that the creative force of your gratitude is at least as strong and as reliable as the force of gratitude, the force of gravity. What's required then is for you and me, in the creation of a new approach to life, to find a new mindset. One that through gratitude allows the presence of prosperity to live in your life as you, prosperity as you, abundance as you, wealth as you, not as something adjunct to you. Until you see and know yourself as abundant, as wealthy, you can never be. Until you know yourself as abundant, you can never be. And accumulating large stacks of money is very different than being wealthy. I know a lot of people are trying to accumulate large stacks of money. And I also know a lot of people over my years who have had large stacks of money, big stacks of green paper and of coins, for whom that money truly had almost no value other than if they'd been poor. They were never wealthy of spirit. They're paranoid about losing their money, of losing their wealth. They were careful to the point of being stingy, of being selfish. They knew of others who could really benefit from the sharing of a portion of their abundance, but they always looked the other way. They lived guarded, protected lives. Reminds me of the Christmas Carol. And here's the thing about wealth. Whether it's money, relationships, health, peace, joy of mind, or creativity. Wealth, whether it's money, relationships, health, peace of mind, joy of mind, or creativity, it's never, ever static. It's either expanding or it's contracting according to how you're using it, according to its value to you. For example, if you're truly enjoying an unlimited abundance of relationships, of friendships, then you're passing that abundance around, making new friends, contacting new people, touching new lives. If you're being very careful about who you like and who you let into your life, then you're building a wall around the garden of your heart, aren't you? And the sun and the rain can't get past that wall, can't get in to nourish your spirit, your abundance. And money is not wealth. Money is paper and metal. Wealth is a flow. It's not a flow. It's not wealth. If there's a wall around your wallet that's keeping that flow out, then we need to make a change there by being grateful, but also by being generous. If you had a beautiful classic car, I mean, a gorgeous classic car, would you drive it? Or would you keep it in the garage all this time, covered up maybe, where it was protected from others and from the weather? The question is, do you really own the car? Or are you just storing it for the next owner? It doesn't do us any good to have wealth in any area of life unless we allow ourselves to flow it and to enjoy it and to be filled with the gratitude for what it's bringing to our life with its flow, not with its static ability to sit there. Think with me for a moment. If you were to become financially wealthy today, a multimillionaire today, how would your life change? Would you have greater peace of mind? Would you have the time to make more friends and to spend more quality time with them? Would you relax and stop agonizing over bills and debts and lacks of funds? Here's the problem with that thinking. Those good feelings don't come from having more money. More money comes from having those good feelings. That's why gratitude, that's why Thanksgiving is so vital to our lives if we want unlimited abundance. If we can be in that state of feeling abundant, of feeling rich in our spirits and rich in our souls, then abundance flows into us. That's the welcome mat. And here's a news flash. Those of us who are poor in any area of our lives, money, relationships, career, joy, anything, if we're poor in any of those areas of our lives, we're poor in every area of our lives. Because poverty is not about any one thing. It's a mindset which says there's not enough for me. So I have to either grab everything I can and keep it from others, or I have to go without. Getting wealthy and being prosperous in every area of your life is not a privilege. It's a right and it's a duty. You're here for a purpose, and you can only fulfill that purpose when you are in spiritual, mental, emotional, and financial wealth. You can't do it when you're in financial poverty. You can't do it when you're in constant need. Your car can't be free to drive around when it needs gas, and you cannot be free to be yourself when you're in constant need. The primary source of your wealth in any area of life is this: gratitude. Gratitude is being grateful and being in acceptance of your natural abundance. Say to yourself, I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful.
Thank you. 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 I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. Thank you. 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 I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful.
I am grateful, grateful.
I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful.
I am grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Beverly and Linda, thank you. You know, we're talking about abundance today, and we're looking at a new area of abundance. We're looking at how abundance and prosperity, about the wealth of spirit, is the actual key to becoming wealthy. There's a lot of people that like they go get a degree maybe in law, and then they go to work in a big law firm and they work 80 hours a day, and they look forward to the day that they can be making six figures and then maybe seven figures, and then maybe they can get a partnership, and they work and they work and they work and they work. And where's the love? Where's the enjoyment? Where's the thrill? Where's the breathing of grace? I mean, maybe some of them are, maybe that's what some of them are doing. Maybe they are really loving that. But I mean, we are incarnations of Holy Spirit. We are the forests, the trees, the seas, the great blue whale, the magnificent elk stag that stands in the meadow at the beginning of dawn. We are life. We are abundant. Abundance is pouring through us, but a lot of us are focused, and we've been taught from the time we were little kids to focus on trying to make something of ourselves and get some money and get it in a bank and sit on it and make sure that you can always rely on that it's there. And it's a big stack of green paper. And I'm not saying don't save money. And I'm not saying don't be wealthy in cash. What I'm saying is that we've got to let it flow through us. It's not static. And in order to do that, and I guess what I'm saying is that when you do that, when you open yourself up, then you begin to recognize wealth more. I want to tell you a story. A dear friend of mine that I knew years ago was a helicopter pilot. And he made pretty good money being a helicopter pilot. And then his grandfather, who he didn't really know, died in another state, a long ways away. And unbeknownst to him, he was in the will, and he inherited the grandfather's farm. So he went to that town, and he went to the attorney, and the attorney gave him the address, and he went out, and there was a little kind of like a little cottage off the side of the road. And he went in, and out behind the cottage, there was some hills and some fields and stuff. And there was a big house up on the hill, and there were some people up there that were working the land. And by this cottage, there was a little garden, a little kind of an area, and he said some farm. So the house was not in very good shape, and he figured his grandfather must have been in a rest home for a while, because that it was pretty musty and moldy, and it hadn't been lived in for a while, and the windows were cracked. So he's been a good steward of his inheritance. So he went to town and he started buying things and repairing things and fixing things and putting a new roof on and cleaning it up and cleaning the pathway up and getting it ready to live in. And eventually, and he always noticed that on the above him, in the hills above him, the guy that owned that place up there was pretty wealthy, obviously pretty wealthy. He had a big house, he had some barns, he had tractors, he had guys working up there. And he always wondered why his grandfather hadn't, made something happen with himself. Now, why wasn't he more of an abundant person? Why wasn't he a guy with more of a prosperous attitude? And one day the attorney came out to see him, sat down with him, and he said, I must tell you, he said, the people in town have been talking, and I just had to come and talk to you about this. And he said, well, what are they talking about? And they said, well, they understand how you would fix this place up and make it livable and kind of honor your grandfather by bringing it back, up to snuff. But they're kind of wondering when, if ever, you're going to move back up into the big house. He owned that whole farm up there. That's what his grandfather had left to him. But all he could see was this little place that fit with his idea of abundance. So we accumulate what we think is fitting with our abundance. Wealth is an abundance of love, an abundance of grace that shows up in relationships, in health, in career, in daily life, and in daily joy, and yes, in money. But gratitude has two arms. And the first is what my friend finally did, is acknowledging your abundance, acknowledging the wealth that's yours, that's there. And the second is expressing that thankfulness. There are two arms. Gratitude is the first. The first is acknowledging, and the second is thankful. And one of the most sincere ways of showing your gratitude, of me showing my gratitude, is to share my wealth. To share my wealth says to the universe that I'm not limited. If I can't share my wealth, if I can't give to the source of my good, if I can't give to the Salvation Army and the PTSA and to the Girl Scouts, if I can't give, then I'm not wealthy, because there's nothing flowing through me. So we need to be generous, because that's how we show, that's how we express our gratitude, that's how we express our thankfulness. We know that our universe is vast and unlimited. I flow with an open heart into you right now and into my world, and then my universe stays open. And its natural abundance flows into me. I say natural because that's how nature works, isn't it? Isn't it? Countless everything, countless snowflakes, countless blades of grass, countless stars in the sky, countless ideas and inventions, countless, unlimited. Matthew in the Bible, it quotes Jesus when saying, see that the birds in the field don't sow, and neither do they reap, nor do they gather things in barns. God feeds them. Are they more valuable than you? And later, in another passage, he said, and consider how the lilies in the field grow. They don't labor. They don't spin. Yet I tell you that even Solomon, in all of his glory, was never abandoned, was never adorned like one of these. If that's how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the furnace, will God not clothe you much more, O you of little faith? Today, we have an opportunity to restart our lives. Abundance isn't an adjunct. Being wealthy, being prosperous isn't something, an add-on to our lives. It's who we are, like the birds of the field and like the lilies. I think of the red-tailed hawk. Red-tailed hawk, you look up at the sky and you see a red-tailed hawk, and he's just floating up there, or she's just floating up there. Do you know that over there in the nest, they've got some little baby hawklets with their little yaps going, and those hawks have to eat half their weight every day in protein. Half their weight every day in protein. And there's the mother hawk or the father hawk out there just hanging on the wind. And then, you ever see a hawk in a hurry? They're just hanging on the wind. They know they're abundant. They're looking out down there and they're going, let's see, snake, ground squirrel, gopher, ground squirrel, gopher, snake. Let's see, let's go with, see, they already got it. And they take it back and the kids eat and the kids are happy and the hawk's happy, because they're flowing with nature. They're flowing on the winds of abundance. Only we, in all of nature, only we go without. Only we worry about our poverty. Being grateful for what you already have results in more positive emotions and energy. As you learned earlier, positive emotions increase your energetic vibration. It increases your energetic vibration, and this allows other vibrations that are vibrating with you, in harmony with you, the abundance of the universe. It allows those more wonderful things to be manifested and attracted into your life. Eckhart Tolle said, acknowledging the good you already have in your life is the foundation of all abundance. According to Oprah Winfrey, if you look at what you have in life, you will always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you will never have enough. You will never have enough. My dear friends, today is the day that we celebrate Thanksgiving, today and tomorrow. Let's celebrate ourselves as wealthy. Let's give thanks to Holy Spirit for making our lives abundant. And let's stop focusing on what we don't have and focusing on everything that we do have and being so grateful for it, no matter how small, and then allowing it to flow through us so that more can come in. I love you. I'm grateful for you.
Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered round this table. From far and near we travel home, blessed that we're able. Grateful for this sheltered place, with every light in every window, saying welcome, welcome, share this feast. Come in away from sorrow. Father, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone, in the gift of loving kindness. grateful for what's understood and all that is forgiven. We try so hard to be good, to lead a life worth living. Father, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone, let grateful days be endless. Mm-hmm. 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 Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered round this table. From far and near we travel home, blessed that we are able.
Blessed that we are able. Linda, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please join us next Sunday for Reverend Bob's talk, Thinking Patterns of Wealthy People. Okay, we have a question here from Roy. He says, where did the tithing concept come from?
It came from the Old Testament in the Bible, and I can't quote you the exact passage, but it was original tithing concept that you give 10% forward into your church or into your synagogue or into your temple or into the source of your spiritual good, and it comes back to you supposedly tenfold. I personally don't think it comes back tenfold. I think personally that there isn't any 10 involved. I think it comes back multifold. I think that when you of your spirit believe totally in your abundance to the degree that you're willing to flow 10% of it out into your good and put 10% of it into your savings and moderate that flow out from you, I believe that what you've just said to God, to the Holy Spirit, to the universe, to the universal graces, I'm open for business here. Let's keep this stuff flowing through me, and it flows through you. How much? Tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold, your cup overfloweth.
Thank you, Bob. And we have another question from Sam. Where do the feelings of lack and unworthiness of abundance originate?
I think it started when people became selfish, probably way back in our human history, when people who had money began to think that other people shouldn't have money, that they wanted more and more and more of it for themselves. I'm going to say something, and I say it very carefully, and I want you to you can take it however you want, but I just hope you don't take it the wrong way. And that's that down here in the southern part of North America, we had slavery, we had slaves.
Text her, she needs to.
And we brought those slaves in from Africa and from other places, and we owned them, and we gave them enough food so that they could get back out on the field and work. That's how much food we gave them. We didn't give them any more than that. Gave them enough so they could get back out on the field and work. We gave them maybe a little bit of wine to drink so that they could relax on a Saturday night so that they could have the spirit to go back out. We gave them a little hut to live in and a bed to sleep in so that they could be rested to go back out on the fields and work. Now, many of us are working on jobs. And the amount of money that we get from our job is the amount of money necessary for us to go back out on the field and work. We get enough money so that on Friday night we can pay for the rent, we can buy a 6-pack of beer, we can pay for our television and our food and our insurance and our car insurance and the gas and oil and the rest of it, and enough so that we can get back out on Sunday, show up at the job and work. I don't really see a lot of difference, quite frankly, other than that we're not treated as badly as those poor slaves were. But abundance means I'm doing what the hell I want to do with my day today. And that doesn't mean that if you have a job job, that's not what you want to do, but it needs to be your job. It needs to fulfill your life. You need to be doing your life's work. And if you're not doing your life's work, I'm not saying quit your job today and just go out on the road, start finding your life's work. Open your heart and your mind to begin to bring that abundance into your life so that you can begin to do your life's work. And it may be at the same job job you've got now, or it may be at a different one, or maybe you need to start your own business or become a school teacher. But abundance means living a life of abundance, not saying, well, I don't want to go to work. But, I can remember parents saying, you think I want to go to work every day? I don't want to go to work. You don't want to go to school? I don't want to go to work. We got to do what we got to do. If I don't go to work, you don't get fed. So that's why I go to work. Don't go to work so I get fed. Go to work because it feeds your soul. Now, I probably will get some cards and letters, but that's okay.
Before we go to the next question, I noticed, Ralph, do you have your hand raised for a reason there?
No, I don't.
Okay. If you could remove that, that would be great. Thank you. Okay, the question we have is from Winnie, and she says, does this 10% from tithing have to go to a church? Can it go, or can it go to just to any charity?
Well, see, I think you have to figure that out for yourself. But here's what I do. I'm growing in every area of my life because of my spiritual work, because of the work I'm doing it with you at Unity of Vancouver. At Unity of Vancouver is where I'm getting spiritually fed. And that's changing every other area of my life. So that's where my money goes in terms of tithing. Now, that doesn't mean I don't donate. I still donate to a lot of other causes. Those are donations. But my investment into my spiritual life goes into Unity of Vancouver. So you might say, well, I'm giving 10% to Unity of Vancouver. Therefore, I don't have any money to buy Girl Scout cookies or to donate to other very important charities. No, that, once again, that's penury. Once again, that's a poverty attitude. You give how much? You give $1. You got to go by the guy at the Salvation Army ringing the bell and he's got the pot there. Drop something in. If you don't drop something in, what you're saying inside of yourself as you walk by, I can't afford it. And if you say you can't afford it, you can't afford it. So say, I can afford it, and drop $5 or something in there. You can afford it if you say you can.
Well, that's all the questions we have at the moment. So I guess what it all comes down to, Bob, is an attitude of gratitude.
It's an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As always, thank you for your wonderful perspectives. Your wisdom, Bob, is so appreciated. We love you. You know that.
Thank you.